Hello class and welcome to week 2. I hope week 1 treated you well and that you're becoming familiar with the whole online program. It takes time. I'll tell you that right now. It takes time. So be patient with the process. Now, if some of you are brand new, meaning you just enrolled in the class in the last day or two, don't despair. We have flexibility these first couple or 3 weeks. So and this goes for anyone, if you weren't able to get every assignment turned in because of technical issues or for whatever reason, there is some wiggle room or some flexibility, so to speak. You will not be penalized, and because we understand many of you are learning this software or this online program for the first time, and it can be challenging. So, but after a couple of weeks, you'll become more comfortable, and I can assure you that it will be less daunting, and hopefully you will have a little more calm in the process. I took online classes myself as I studied my master's degree, and it was tough at first. I felt like quitting. I didn't understand how the program worked, and so I know where you're coming from if you are feeling a little overwhelmed. But hang in there. We're here to help you if you have questions. And again, if you weren't able to get every assignment turned in on time, then you still have time to do that. So let me know if you have specific questions. Every week I give an intro video for the week. This week's a little bit longer, but let me walk you through the week and the things that you'll need to look for as we go through these intro videos. Okay, just a quick overview of this week's topic. We are doing the learning model. So part of this online course is teaching one another, and it's expected that you will be involved in that process, meaning meaning you will prepare and you will engage in the teaching and learning. And primarily, for example, in the discussion boards, you're asked to share and teach, and then you're also asked to comment. So we encourage you to, when you are on the discussion boards, you guys had a great first week. Make sure that you are responding to those that comment on your posts, and then also make sure that you are giving at least one initial post and at least 3 comments on other people's posts. So, and that will give you full credit if you do that as a minimum, and provided that your posts are not just one word or I agree. Tell us why you agree. Tell us experiences or thoughts that you have that go along with what they're talking about. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at with the learning model. Let me show you. So I have each week we go through some topics, usually some announcements for the week. This week, here are a few announcements. You should this week establish who is going to be the lead student for the semester. Your pathway missionaries will do that and help you. Maybe you'll get that opportunity to lead the discussion. Also, your missionary couple, they will, let's see, here's just some instructions. The Thursday assignment under the Institute assignments, that's where they will find their information. Your speaking partner, this is something that some of you have already signed up for, and you already have a speaking partner. Some of you still are waiting, and that's normal. There are a lot of people that are looking for speaking partners. If by chance you are living in an area where you know somebody personally that can serve as a speaking partner face-to-face, that's something that can happen, and you can register that way instead of having a speaking partner assigned to you. It's just a lot easier if you can meet face-to-face. But that person that you would be meeting with does need to have near native ability speaking English or be a native speaker. Okay, so that's an option for you. Also, your missionaries will also assign you a peer partner that you'll have speaking assignments with. That's different than the speaking partner. And so talk to your missionaries about that. Those are conversations that you'll have either before the gathering or after or sometime during the week, again, to practice your English. All right, let's jump in. Generally with these announcements, I give you an English tip, a study tip, a quote, and then any other information you'll need for your lessons for the week. Your English tip this week is just something that I see as a common mistake when people go from their native language to English, depending on the first language, of course. But when telling how old you are, in English we use the verb to be instead of the verb to have. So some languages would express it, I have 21 years, whereas in English we say I am 21 years old. Your study tip, again, part of this class is to learn English, part of it's to continue to build conversion and bring you closer to Christ, and part of it is also to teach you the academic skill set that you need to be successful in your studies in future classes. And so I give you a study tip each week. One thing that I recommend, and you guys had mentioned it on the discussion board, was the question discussion board. You'd mentioned, how can I prioritize, or how can I establish a routine? And so here's my recommendation. Just don't do everything in one day. You'll burn yourself out and you'll probably be discouraged. But what I do recommend is that you maybe work 2 or 3 hours a day. And as you get more proficient, maybe you don't need to work that much each day, but 2 to 3 hours a day, giving yourself breaks. The example I give here is as a distance running coach, I coach athletes. I don't have them run 10 miles their first practice or 20 kilometers their first practice. No, I would rather see them run 3 to 5 miles and get used to running and then build over time than to go out and just do a bunch in one session. Consistency is the name of the game, I guess, is what we're getting at. Good. Let's look at your quote. Heber J. Grant, great example of someone who worked hard and who was consistent. I firmly believe if you put in effort and rely on the Lord, the sky's the limit. You have great opportunities ahead of you. And Heber J. Grant was an excellent model of this. He had many life experiences where he worked hard. He taught himself how to play baseball, how to sing, how to write, and have good penmanship. And he was just a hard worker. And over time, if you're like me, maybe you are not the most talented person in the world. I put myself in that category. But if you work hard work brings results and brings dividends. So don't get tired of working hard, because you will see results over time. And he quoted Emerson, and the quote is very well known. It's that which we persist in doing becomes easier for us to do. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our power to do has increased. We grow, in other words. And so I leave that quote with you. Again, please contact me if you have any questions this week on any of the assignments. And as you get started with Pathway, I welcome you one more time to class, and I look forward to a great semester with you. Thank you so much.